Hey everybody, it's Pastor Brandon, and today we're going to look at Acts 7, verse 2. In Acts 7, verse 2, Stephen says, "Brethren and fathers, listen, the God of glory appeared to our father Abraham when he was in Mesopotamia, before he dwelt in Haran." Stephen is given his defense before the Sanhedrin. He started by addressing the crowd, which included fathers, or the priests, scribes, and elders of the court, and brothers, or the Jews that were in the audience. In this particular section, he shows how God's favor is not confined to just any geographical area. The Israelites' leaders recited their history to teach, to remind the people of God's faithfulness throughout the ages. In this case, Stephen uses the historical account to confirm his own Jewish faith and to prove a point. The Jewish forefather, Abraham, experienced God's glory far from Jerusalem 100 years before the temple was built. Where Stephen mentions Mesopotamia, Genesis tells us in 11 verse 31 that Abraham started out in Ur of the Chaldeans. Ur was a city-state on the Euphrates River in southern part of what is now known as Iraq. Now, Abraham was called from that area to go to the promised land, which was called Canaan. He wasn't told to stop at Haran, even though he did because of his father, but Abraham would eventually make his way over to the promised land, which was known as Canaan at the time. But the point is that God spoke to Abraham there in Mesopotamia. He didn't have to wait to speak to him when the temple was built or when he was in Jerusalem, but he spoke to Abraham where he was at. People, he can speak to you wherever you are at today. You don't have to go to the church to be spoken to by God. Even though it's good to meet together as believers, God can speak to us in any area. There's no geographic boundary that stops God from speaking to those who are willing to listen. And maybe God is speaking to you today right here on this video. Maybe as you're watching it, you're thinking, man, God is speaking to my heart to accept him as my Savior. And let me tell you, you can do that today. Just realize you are a sinner in need of a Savior. And Jesus is that Savior that you need. Well, I hope you're blessed by this video. And remember, there's no boundaries when it comes to God. He can speak to people wherever they are at. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. And remember, as you go throughout your day, I want you to do one thing for me. Go for God. God bless y'all. Y'all have a wonderful week and be blessed.